I made this YouTube channel on November 18th of 2025, and when I started, I had no idea what I was doing or where this was gonna go. Here we are in March, a little over 3 months have passed since then. Although that's not a lot of time, I reached a point where a lot of people have quit. And I will say, this is something that has definitely been changing my life, bit by bit. So why am I talking about this, and why should you care? Well, for one, I have a little bit of experience that I could share with you guys. And for second, this channel was meant to share my journey on where this goes. Creating content has been a dream of mine since I was 5 years old. And since the end of last year, I finally built up the courage to start working on this dream. So, imagine studying so hard in school, getting good grades, taking a program you don't really have interest in because there's not many other better options for you. In your head, you think, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do when I'm done school. But when you're finally out, you start to think that maybe all of this work you've done, maybe this wasn't for you, that you should have taken a different path. That's something that I have been feeling a lot recently. The education system has pretty much stayed the same. However, the world we live in now has changed drastically. With AI, so many people have already lost employment. You see people getting rejected from entry-level jobs. The only way someone can feel somewhat comfortable in the job space is if one were to have connections to another that can get them that job. It's starting to become less about what you want to do and more about survival of the fittest, I guess. Something I've noticed a lot is a lot of parts of the world has become so transactional, with now having to make connections with people to find future opportunities. However, I understand using someone else's word to get a job, but for it to be a known thing, making events for connections, it just I don't like being friends with someone for transactional reasons. In the end, we don't really have much control on our futures because of how the world is now. Though there is one thing we do have control over. That is our creativity. Do you remember being in class drawing random things in your notebook? Well, if you really think about it, that was your creativity pushing itself out under an environment where it's not needed. You do it because in class, where you hate the subject that you're learning, being forced to sit in a place you don't want to be in, it provides a sense of escape from what you're being forced to learn. That is your creative side prying itself out. And I'm not someone who's saying, oh, school isn't important, you need to get out of the rat race or whatever. But I have my issues with how things are in life. I've been dealing with a lot of rough thoughts in the past few days regarding my education, and I think my last video kind of talked a bit about that, because the main part of education now is that I'm not being considered for who I am, but I'm assigned by a number, a GPA. But the videos I make on my own time here and post on here give me a bigger purpose. That I'm not just a number, and it's normal to feel this way. With this YouTube channel, I can bring my creative side out, and for those who like this type of content, it stay while other viewers can find other channels they like. And if I can one day make some sort of income off of this, it'll be amazing. To have something I could call my own. So why not you? Let's be honest, if you're watching this far into the video, you are actually probably aspiring to become a content creator. In your mind, you think that you probably aren't ready, that you need to make the perfect video. But if I'm being honest, there's no such thing as a perfect video. Every video you make, you look at it and think about what you could do better next time. This isn't about posting the perfect video, but more about trusting your own process. A lot of you might not even be at this level yet. You find yourself daydreaming about creating content one day. So let me tell you what you might need. Motivation. Motivation is what you need. And I don't really like saying this because motivation is one of the most inconsistent emotions you'll ever feel. Because sometimes motivation comes in surges. One day you'll feel like you can master anything you want in the world. Other days you'll find yourself not being able to get out of bed. Trust me, I have been there many times. However, your motivation can be crucial at times. I made this channel through that burst of motivation, as well as uploading that first horrible video. It's still on my channel if you want to check how bad it is. But truth be told, I knew that video was garbage, but it was the start. That video probably hit 3 views at the time. It's up now due to some people going back and watching it. And now I'm here. I'm doing this because I know I can do it. I believe in myself. The only time you fail is if you stop trying or don't start in the first place. Now, with your channel now created, you could start doing things you enjoy. Having a clear goal with the channel, that way you no longer need a motivation to power you. Now with your channel created through your motivation, you can start doing things you enjoy. Having a clear goal with that channel, you no longer need that motivation to power you because you have an unlimited source of your passion that can be used on your own project. So if you want to start now. The world is currently in an era where people are constantly creating and consuming. It's never late to start. People are making so much money by doing the things they enjoy. And if you share the things you enjoy and are authentic about it, and you're still worried, don't be, because people want that. If you're honest about your goals, then that's all you need. So, are you gonna create, or are you another person that's just gonna consume? Defy your laziness and get started now, or at least this week. It could be a TikTok, reel, anything. Remember, you have to be the thing that saves you.